to another broadcast of Outside the Box Live. It is I'm your SGW guy. I am the doctor of foodology. And tonight, yes, I am running solo. As a couple weeks, Gina will be out for a few weeks. Fred, I hope Fred's having a good time tonight. He is actually out on a date with his wife. They're going out. They went on a date tonight. So if you're catching this on the replay, guys, I hope you had a good night. And Fred, I expect if you went to a restaurant, I expect a report next week. Okay. So, guys, what's going on this week? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is going well. Now for tonight's show, let's talk about well, I want to give a shout out to the Lisa and her staff at Nardone's restaurant. Nardone's was this week's food review video. I want to give a shout out to the guys at Luca Pizza. I did a video last night, which will be up in about 2 weeks. It was a fan request. Tyler, who you've caught on the show, he's in the chat. Tyler from Chicago asked to do we'd like to see some hoagies, hoagies, how you want to call it. So Tyler got that one coming for you. I dubbed it a soup and sub review because they had like really good chicken soup. So for everyone that's watching, thank you. For everyone that supports the food reviews, cooking shows, outside the box, really appreciate it. So looking forward, we are literally, it's the 13th of December, okay? And before you know it, next week, well, technically it's still the end of this week, but within 2 weeks we're gonna have Christmas. Christmas will be here, and it's where did that time go from last year? Where did that go? So tonight, if you want to talk about your Christmas traditions, what do you do now compared to what you did years ago? Growing up, we did the Christmas Eve was always the traditional meatless dinner. Christmas Day was did the ham. Now some people do turkey and ham on Christmas. We never did that. In our house, growing up, it was turkey was Thanksgiving, ham was Christmas, ham was Easter. But I know the last few years, going to my sister's house with her in-laws, they would have lasagna. So there was a couple. Last Christmas we had ham, lasagna, we had everything. We were just picking out. I'm glad everybody's. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Again, I am running solo. If you have any questions, any topics you want to talk about, please feel free to put it in the chat. If this is your first time watching the show, like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Well, that's what I don't have up. There we go. If you guys want to sponsor a show, click QR code up in the left-hand corner. It'll take you to my website where you could make a donation. Appreciate all your support. As for, I still have not bought a scale. Every time I go to Walmart, I'm like, I'm going to buy a scale, and I keep forgetting. So I didn't do a weigh-in this week yet. I don't know. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'm going over to my sister's house. I still have a hard time trying to hit myself with that injection. So I have my sister. She gives me the Monjaro shot. So tomorrow I'll do a weigh-in over her house, see where I'm at, if I lost, gained, holding my own. Um, but let me tell you, I've been feeling a lot better for those that are, interested in the, my weight loss, my new eating habits. I don't like to call it a diet. When you call it a diet, it sounds too So I like to call it changing of the eating habits. That way you're not, some people when you're stuck on a specific diet, you can only like eat certain things or do certain things. Yeah, no, not at all. I like to call it changing the eating habits is how I like to roll it. And yeah, I've been taking my Eliquis. I've been taking my now the numbness I still have in my foot, the tingling. So yeah, that's neuropathy. Um, Still got that, but I'm learning how to deal with it, and that's controlled by your sugar. And my sugar's been pretty good, but it's just something just gotta live with and deal with. Now, if people say if they don't know what they did, if they knew like 30 years ago they'd make changes, I don't know, because back then I was dumb, stupid, did stupid things. Um, Here I am today now, basically paying for it. Um, so hello to everybody who's watching. Want to give a shout out to hello. We have from Instagram Flynn 992 92 563 Jenny Jamarn. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Lisa Amanda 641. What's going on? Thank you for all who's watching. I appreciate it. We're just hanging out tonight. Yes, I'm running solo. Gina's, like I said, Gina saw some things that she's working on the next couple weeks. Fred's out with an. Hopefully they have a night. They're at a nice time. Him and Mrs. Crewman. They're out having a date night, which is that's awesome. And so I'm manning the guns tonight, taking it on home, taking it solo. Now, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so if you saw my latest YouTube video, it was from Nardone's in West Pittston. Go online if you're in the area, if you live near me or in the area. Go check them out. Now go online, check out their hours because I think they close at either 2 or 3. I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry, at least I can't remember. But and it's a cash only place. They have an ATM on site, but the food, it's like you're walking into an old school diner. If you like that retro type of feel, that's the place to go. That's the place to check out. And their prices are average. Their food's good. It's homemade. It's the cook, which I'm blanking, I can't remember her name, but she puts her heart and soul into the food. You got to check it out. They're open on Sundays, so no excuse why you cannot check out Nardone's restaurant, and tell them you saw this. I told them to come for you to come see them. Said last night as a request from Tyler, who is one of our followers from Chicago, wants to see more sub videos. Call them subs, hoagies. Some people might call them grinders. Some people might call them heroes, depending where you're at. So this past Friday, I was at Luca Pizza over in West Pittston, and I tried their Italian. First time having their Italian sub, which was pretty good. They have good pizza, they have good wings. First time trying the sub. Also, during tonight's part of the show, what we're gonna do. Last week, for those who were following, I had to throw out to send in your holiday pictures, and if you want, we'll have fun and we'll show them on the show. Well, last week, Susan, I got some pictures from Susan. I'm going to show later. I want her to see if she shows usually she comes on. I want to catch her in the chat first before we do, but I got some photos from Susan that she wanted to share with us from way back when. So we're going to do that. I'm also, now you're probably going to laugh at me. Pure Leaf has been around for a long time, but I really never bought it. So I'm trying tonight the lemon Pure Leaf tea. I'm going to check that out. Again, anybody has any questions in the chat, let me know. Want to talk about Christmas? Oh, and what your traditions were when you were growing up compared to what you do now. Now it's just, I still enjoy Christmas. I go over one of my sister's houses always has some type of dinner going on, but I'll cook a ham like I always do. Let's see. I don't know. It's just one of those days, and last Sunday, which I'm gonna pull up the video today. I want to show you all too. That I started going last couple months. I started going back to not going to a church. Figure Sundays I could give an hour, and plus I feel good going to this one church. I like how the preacher does his thing. I went to the Christian Apostolic Church over in Plains on I don't know if it's considered Plains or Hilldale, but it's over in the Plains area. It sits up on the hill. It's a nice little church, and I normally park up in the front of the church, but last week I parked on the backside, and the view is just pretty neat. So I took a quick video, and I'll show that a little bit later on today too, because I just thought it was pretty neat. Just that, that Sunday, that, I don't know, however you want to call it. As I've talked in the past, I had, there she is. How you doing, Susan? Just talking about you. I'm going to show those pictures that you sent me. We're going to put them up in a little bit. For those of you who've been following me, I've had some paranormal experiences, and it was just best what I could say. That at that point it was just very calming, very peaceful. But what I'm gonna do with Susan here next, Susan, I wanted to wait for you to come on before I put it up. So now that you're here with us, I gotta find it. I gotta figure out where I put it. I know I put it in a side folder so I wouldn't lose it, and I gotta remember where I put it. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm kind of queuing up the pictures. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it's coming over this way. It's the one I had a long time ago. I'll talk about it. I'll go over. I'll explain that too while I'm showing. Now, I just have some random of last Sunday and Susan, so I'm going to show them together. One moment. All right, so this first picture here is actually in the backside of the church I was at last Sunday. There's I I forget what they're called. Gazebo. Gazebo, that's right. Just some outside pics. There's the backside of the church. Little church. I like going. Another gazebo pic. Close church pic. Inside, well, inside of the where you walk in, not the. I didn't take a picture of the actual inside itself. Yours truly. Now, this picture was sent to me by Susan. Class picture. Her wedding. Now, Susan, correct me if I'm wrong. That's your wedding picture, correct? I think that's what you told me. Another class picture. I'm not sure. I told, but I forget what that picture was. But another picture Susan wanted to share. And right now, that's all the pictures I had for tonight. Well, for in this segment anyway. If you want to connect with the show, you could find me on the Zanji app. And it's 783-056-0653. You could message me anytime, send pictures. Oh, your granddaughter. Yeah, there were nice pictures. Thank you, Susan, for sharing that with us. Appreciate it. Now, for all of you that, I don't know if any of you watch wrestling, WWE. Tonight's, I missed it. I was doing other stuff. I forgot all about it. But if anybody who watched it tonight, I think it started at 8 on 28 or NBC, whichever TV service you have. It was supposed to be John Cena's final match against Gunther. If anybody watched it, when he wants to tell me what happened, that's fine. Want to talk about wrestling? Want to talk about the first one was my kindergarten picture. I was the fourth one at the top, yellow striped shirt. Next one was getting married. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, they were nice pictures. Thank you for sharing. So anybody wants to share any pictures with me, for next week's show, you could email me at jsysgwentertainment@gmail.com. And so going back to that church, years ago, I had a paranormal experience, and I haven't had one since. But what happened was, I'm normally when I go, I sit with my sister and her family. We sit more towards the back on the right-hand side. Well, this years ago, it was just me and my sister, my brother-in-law. The kids weren't born yet. They're kids. My brother-in-law was on maneuvers for his weekly, yearly thing they have to do, because he's retired now, but he was in the guard, and they had to do their once a year kind of weekly week training, however you want to call it. And my sister goes, "Do you want to go to church with me?" Yeah, sure. Yeah. I went. So I'm standing there, or I'm sitting there, and the preacher at the time was doing his thing, and it happened. What happened was, if you look at, if you're staring at him, and kind of like all around him, kind of like got all fuzzy. Best way to explain it. And it looked like two imaginary pencils started drawing lines, and they went into the shape of a pair of angel wings for about 30 seconds. So it looked like, it was like an angel standing behind the reverend, so I couldn't see who the angel was, but I saw the wings saying that, okay, somebody was there, or like not like about 6 months after that, maybe the Reverend passed away. I don't believe not too long after that. And so did I don't know, but it was definitely something I never experienced before, and I've never experienced it again, that particular kind of thing. So that's my paranormal experience there at that church. Um, we got some great stuff on the shop zone too. We have shirts. Oh, speaking of the shop zone, I want to give a shout out to, let me see, I know I was forgetting something. Just recent, our latest shipment from the shop zone. I want to give a shout out. Well, let me see. I have to pull it up. Joe he is from Colorado Springs, Colorado. So I didn't realize. I'm excited that our show is making it out to Colorado. He ordered and bought a outside the box live mixing glass, drinking glass, and a hot dog with NEPA. It should be a hot dog and NEPA style T-shirt. And according to what it's telling me here, it is on the way. It went through production. It's on the way. So you should be getting it soon, based on your mail. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for shopping at the Shop Zone. I appreciate it. SGWentertainment.com/SGW Shop Zone is the link, is the URL. Check it out. We got great stuff. And it's just a slow night, slow week. Work's going pretty good. We're busy. It's I work with Medicare and Blue Cross, so the annual enrollment period just ended not too long ago, but we're still, even though the enrollment period ended, we're still doing our thing. So it's a little still crazy. I'm doing about 50 plus hours a week. We're on overtime, which is nice, which is good because Christmas is coming now. It's funny. Speaking of Christmas, when I was a kid, when I was younger, my mom and dad did the whole Santa Claus thing, and Christmas Eve every year. How you doing, Ocean Breeze? Thanks for hanging with me tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, they are fascinating, and some people say, "Oh, it's just your mind playing tricks on you." But all right, Susan, if for those that can't see the chat, Susan was wondering, what is everybody eating tonight? She had pork and sauerkraut and potatoes with applesauce. Well, I had. Oh, you're welcome there, Ocean Breeze. I had. Oh, I didn't eat supper yet, but I had a late lunch, and there was a new spot I want to tell you guys about, who's local. First time I've heard about it, I had to go get the rent money. You got to pay the rent. And I'm scamming through my phone. I'm like, okay, where can I go that I haven't gone at all, or at least for a while? There's a place in Taylor, Pennsylvania, on the main street, called Taylor Deli. Now, so I'm like, I've never been there. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna check it out. So I went and with having the Libre 3 sensor, there it is. I've been able to check. I've been checking my sugar. I've been monitoring my sugar daily. It's 174 now because I kind of cheated a little bit. But usually my sugar range is between 110 and 130. Um, so today I went as Venger 6. I don't know if Venger 6 is also one of our followers from Texas. Me and him are hot dog guys. So I did some hot dog in NEPA style today at the Taylor Deli. And I walk in. It's a little place. It's quaint. It's cozy. Um, I'm gonna pull up the picture. I'm gonna show you the pictures. But I got what was called Taylor fries, and then the prices are pretty average. I mean, they're pretty decent. I walk in, they packed, but I was able to quit. I got a table pretty quick. Um, what happened was my serving over pretty fast. Everything went pretty quick. So mine too. Ocean Breeze, yeah, mine too. Thank God for Manjaro. So and the servers were on the ball and they were busy. I think they're open. Their hours they're open I think till 3. At least that's what Google said today. And for Saturday, I don't know what their hours are during the week, so you'd have to go online and look. But it's a nice little quaint place. I'm looking over their menu, and they had a deal: 2 Texas wieners for $7.50. All right, let me get the 2 Texas wieners. And I'm looking. I'm like, I haven't had fries in ages. For me, and I'm talking at least a good month. And so that's good with me because I used to jam them all the time. Said I've been watching my food intake. I've been doing really well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna splurge a little bit. I got an order of their Taylor fries, and they're fresh cut fries with ranch and cheese. They were and bacon. They crumbled up bacon, and it was really good, really good. And I couldn't eat the whole thing. I brought it home, and I snacked before the show, so that's why my everything's up a little bit. But let me show you just to kind of give you a little preview of our upcoming Taylor Deli video. Yours truly, there I am. Now this is the back side. If you see right there, that's the side, that's the back door. Side street, that's rented across street parking because it's like one thing here, the parking's terrible. I will say, well, they were actually really busy too. Just parking, side end. Okay, now here's the side of their menu if you could catch it. Over here, it's the Texas wieners, the 2, and you'll see why you get 2. And they have a nice nice menu. Yeah, I hate neuropathy. They also you can do pizza, burgers. The over here would have been the wraps and subs, which I almost got an Italian wrap, but I'm like, you know what? After eating the 2 wieners and Ocean, it's my right my right hand, my right leg, and my lower, or I'm sorry, the lower left part of my right leg and my right foot. It feels literally, if I walk bare feet, it feels like there's a padding underneath my foot, between my foot and the floor, and there's not. It's just can't really feel anything. But as you can see here, they have nice an assortment of different things: pizza, stromboli, breakfast, and they serve breakfast all day. Let's see, just now that's the dining area. So you see, it's not big, but it's nice and quaint. And so it's not really, they don't have a lot of tables. Okay, these are the quote Taylor fries. Look, bacon, ranch, cheese. And if you notice, now they are home cut fries, but they cut them a lot of home cut. You'll see like they're bigger. These are thinner, like almost like shoestring, but they are fresh cut. Now this is the chili dog, and the reason why you get 2 for $7.50. Look, it's not your typical hot dog bun. It is a sub roll that was toasted, but it wasn't overdone. So it was toasted, but still soft. It wasn't like where you broke your teeth. Back to the fries. So definitely this, if you're in the area, Taylor Deli, and look, you get a nice, I believe it was a beef dog. Get a nice amount of chili, mustard, onions. Close up. You'll see the video when the video comes out soon. Within like probably within a week or so. Definitely worth checking it out. Yeah, I know. I hope to. I don't play the guitar. Look, even got a little Christmas tree. Oh, that's. So yeah. Michelle Warman 704. Join us on Instagram. How you doing? Winston Niles Rumford from Instagram. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know tonight's a slow night. You just got me tonight, so sorry you have to deal with me tonight. But they say the show must go on. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, this Pure Leaf has been around for a long time, but I've never bought it. For some reason, I've never got it. No, I got the lemon flavor. I'm gonna give that a 5 out of 5. I like that. I like that a lot. But thinking back to when I was a kid, our Christmas tradition was Christmas Eve. Now one year, we always did the traditional meatless dinner, fish, pierogi. Back then, I did not eat fish, and it wasn't. I mean, it was like real, like you had to watch because there could be some bones. Like my mom would cook like real fish, and but I wouldn't eat fish back then. But I would eat pierogi, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, that kind of thing. And what happened was we were allowed to open one gift. Was from family because we didn't get the quote unquote Santa Claus gift yet. And we'd go to bed, wait for Santa Claus. Well, for anybody that knows me for a long time and knew my parents, my dad loved Christmas. That was his day. Um, seeing us come down and like, oh, Santa Claus came. Um, I'm 53, so I'm not too far behind you there, Ocean. Um, it was so come running down in the morning, and Santa Claus was here, Santa Claus is here, and see all your toys and stuff like that. And then my mom and dad had come down the steps, and I never knew why my dad like looked like he just like woke up or just fell asleep. Um, Not realizing he was up all night putting everything together, and just probably went to bed like a half hour before we got up. Um, but it was funny because he'd tell me the story. He'd be like, "Well, last night, I'm like, oh, Santa was here, Santa was here," and he go, "Yep, I was talking to Santa Claus, and he saw how you were a good boy this year, and the whole routine." And I'm like, "Well, why didn't you wake me? Why can't I meet Santa?" No, because Santa, remember, just like in the cartoon, he comes when you're asleep. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, but what he did, and to this day, I still don't know how he pulled it off. But I'd be like, "No, he didn't." And like, yeah, look out in the backyard, you can see where sleigh was. He would go out, and again, I don't know how he pulled it off, what he did to do it, but it looked like this, like tracks in the backyard where his quote unquote sleigh landed, and tracks were the supposedly the reindeer were standing. And no, he just that was his day. It He loved Christmas. He loved cooking. So I kind of got my cooking thing from my dad. Um, it's every Sunday I can remember things when Susan. I can remember what I did 30 years ago on a holiday. Then I kept to spec remember like what did I do last week. I know it's called old age. We're all getting there. Um, but it's every now my grandparents on my father's side. My grandmother died right after I was born, so I never really knew her. My grandfather, I was like maybe 4 or 5 when he died, so I vaguely remember my grandfather, my dad's side. But on my mom's side, my grandpa died when I was in elementary school, so I do remember my grandpa. My grandma died 3 years after my dad died. Um, so, but every Sunday and every holiday, my dad made sure my grandparents came up for dinner. Sunday dinner, holiday dinner. My dad, my dad was a family guy. He loved his family, you know, and that included my mom, like the in laws and everything too. Um, I think that's kind of how I am, kind of. Um, it's just I only have my sisters left. Both parents are gone. Grandparents are gone. My aunt and uncles are gone. But I got, I still got some cousins and oh, Gina, how you doing, Gene? I'm glad. That's awesome. Gina is crocheting things for sale. Hit her up if you're interested. Blankets. I forget what else she said she does, but she does a couple things. A shawl. She said she made a shawl. So hit her up if you're interested for what she's selling. Let her know and see what she can do for you. Um, I was born in mid 70s, well, early 70s. I was born, so I basically I grew up in the 80s. Um, so I grew up, with the hair bands, the 80s rock. Yeah, Sue, that's right. You can't. I mean, you could be the richest person in the world, but when you're gone, I mean, that ain't going with you. That stays. Um, Now, unfortunately, unfortunately, when I go, the really stuff I only have left would be my legacy as my videos, my shows, YouTube. I don't got money, but I'm not rich. But I'm content where I'm at. I'm content with my job. I'll probably work till I die. I probably won't retire. Um, we might have some followers if they're watching from Florida, possibly. I know last week Timmons guy from Canada made an appearance. I don't know if he's watching yet or not. Tyler out in Chicago. I haven't seen Marcus lately. I'm not sure what's up with Marcus. I don't know if he catches the replays, or if I don't know. Hope Marcus is okay. I haven't heard from him in a while. Got my buddy Avenger 6. Okay, yeah, Gina, that works. Yeah, send them to me. I can remember the milkman coming and taking and dropping off the bottles of milk. I remember, I can't say I remember having a milkman come to the house, but I remember stories. Like my grandmother telling me, you'd have this is the day before cars, but a lot of people didn't have cars. But the Iceman would come. You'd see him come down with the wagon, and he'd come and bring your ice for, I guess, however long it lasted, in your ice chest in your house. Yeah, I remember those old stories. I remember my grandfather. My grandfather was a miner. Now my grandmother lived in Plymouth. My mom was born and raised in Plymouth, and it was. I remember my grandfather telling me stories about some stories. No, not a lot, not the bad stories because I was only a little kid, but stories about the mines where he'd go in, at sun up and come out at sundown. So like all day you worked in the mines. He ended up getting black lung from the mines and God knows what else. But he was a miner. He did what he had to do. Now as I got older, I heard other stories about the mines, which were not good. If you guys like to hear about history, local history, or even just history in general, I want you, if you have not subscribed to his channel, Fred the Crewman, I'm going to put up his, it's youtube.com/@sickmyth. Throw his channel a like, subscribe to his channel. He doesn't have a lot of content, but his content is on history. That'd be considered local history for us, but if history in general for everybody else. Not too far down from me. Pickup truck. Yeah. Well, I remember in school we had the carton. You get your carton of milk after recess in elementary school. Um, then one year I didn't realize that it flipped from white milk to chocolate milk, and I hate chocolate milk. Like even when I was a kid, I could not stand chocolate milk. It was like, ugh. But yeah, I remember those were part of the good days and the bad, school days. If you're history buff, and for those that are watching far away in school, if you ever taught the Battle of Wyoming. Okay, the Battle of Wyoming happened literally in where I'm at now, living now. I was born and raised in Wilkes-Barre, but I live in West Pittston. Literally, the Battle of Wyoming happened right here. Literally. A couple years back, me and a guy named False North FP, False Paranormal, we were hitting some of the local cemeteries to do some paranormal research. And okay, thank you, Gina. It's one of the cemeteries were basically part was the soldiers, rest peace. Yeah, but it's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, big historic area. I'm going to show you these. Okay, now Gina could let you know. She said the prices. Let's see. What's up, Craptabulous? How you doing, buddy? Okay, now Gina said that the prices were between $5 and $8. Let me show you that she sent me really quick. Oh, they're nice. Look at that for Christmas. She sent me a couple. Yeah, guys, if you're interested in anything that Gina's making, give her a shout out. Yeah, so how you doing, Craptapulous? I haven't caught your stream recently, so I apologize. Work's been crazy. Everything's just been so nuts. But I hope everything's doing good. I hope you're gonna have. I hope you're ready for Christmas and you had a good Thanksgiving. Queen Esther's Rock. Queen Esther's Rock is just right, like 10 minutes away from me, literally. It's on the back road. Let me see if anybody is joining us. I forgot to check and see if anybody's following us from Facebook. Let's see. Queen Esther's Rock is a interesting story in itself too. From basically to kind of give you the short version. Let's see. Queen Esther. JT. I know. JT and Jim from Facebook. Thanks for watching me on the Facebook page. I appreciate it. JT writes, Jay, you got to go to the Shady Maple Smorgasbord buffet near Lancaster. Well, JT, let me tell you something. I here's my problem. I would go in a heartbeat on a weekend. I would road trip. My problem is, I mean, years ago I used to drive the Mannheim up and down for the Mannheim Auto Sale. I used to work for the car lot. If I drive far down one way, by the time I get so tired, like I'm afraid I'm gonna fall asleep behind the wheel. I can't drive that long, so I need someone who could shotgun me and drive. I don't care. You can even drive my car. I don't care, but I need someone that could take the wheel on the way back if I started getting these tired episodes. But I would love to go to Shady Maples. There's also another one called, I think, Yogers. Um, I watch a channel called Vacation Education. Um, I enjoy his content. He's from, well, his father was born and raised in Philadelphia, but they moved to, he lives now in New Jersey. But they'll run Lancaster. They've come up to Dallas. They've come here. They come up to Fat Mike's and they hit the ranch wagon. And it's like a 3-hour run for them. But I think the father just said they could tag team driving, which I don't have any, unless I could drag. Fred's saying he wants to go with me. And me and Fred are planning. We want to go to Bun Busters one of these. It's a specialty hot dog joint, probably after the first of the year, or in the spring. But again, I went to a couple of years back. Me and FP, we went to Yaco's in Emanis, PA, which isn't that far. It's not far at all. What's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy? Me and FP, I went down to Yaco's. We did a video at Yaco's, and we went to another historic place in Emanis called, I believe it was called the Shelter House. But coming back, I could barely keep my eyes open. If it was any farther, I would have pulled over and said, FP, you're driving. But I have a hard time driving long distance now because probably, well, that was before I started getting my diabetes under control too. But yeah, I don't want to go that far by myself. I mean, I road trip to Hot Dog Johnny's in Jersey just for the shit of it. Years ago, and I have a video of Hot Dog Johnny's. I'd say I was on vacation. It was about 3 years ago. And I'm like, you know what? It was during the week. I was on vacation. I'm like, I'm going to Hot Dog Johnny's. And my girlfriend looked at me. She's like, at the time, she's like, for what? I'm like, hot dog. She goes, you're going to drive to New Jersey for a hot dog. I'm like, it's just not a hot dog. It's a Hot Dog Johnny hot dog. It took me like who cares? But yeah, I road tripped. I drove down to Hot Dog Johnny's. Hot Dog Johnny's from where I'm at here was about an hour and 20-minute run one way. So it wasn't bad. But by the time I got back, I was just drained, so tired. So, excuse me. So I would love to go down to Lancaster, hit either Shady Maples or Yoders. I think it's Yoders. I have to go back. I have to go on Vacation Education Channel and double check. But there's two buffets down there, Lancaster. Now Shady Maples is the bigger one, but Yoders, and I think I'm saying it right. If I'm not, I apologize. Yoders is look pretty good too. If anybody out in the chat that's watching, we have 11 people following us. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thanks for hanging with me tonight. As you can see, I'm doing solo. And see, Joe, my family was in the dairy business in Pittston for decades. We had one of the largest dairies in the area called Grablix. 42 drivers at one point who did home delivery. And that's how it did back in the day. People, you had the milk. There, that was the milkman. Um, I remember my mom telling me a story. Again, she was born and raised in Plymouth. So before they redid the Cary Avenue Bridge, when it was still in the original location, now it's just the new bridge is just like just so many feet over. But when you went over the old Cary Avenue Bridge and you're coming from South Wilkes-Barre over to this side, there's a big and it's still there today. There's a big mansion on the hill, and back in the day, the person that lived there was the guy who ran the coal mines. Like, I don't know if he was the owner or the big boss, however you want to call it. But that house actually had little apartments in it, and I dirty water dog style. I could do that once in a while. Ocean. But this mansion house had a couple, I guess, little apartments. And my mom told me the story how there was a lady. Now back then there was no, little corner drugstores, but so she would go from door to door selling like knitting items like needles, thread, wherever who knows. But yeah, she used to go door to door selling like buttons, them like that kind of stuff. And because there was no, local, Family Dollar or anything like that that would sell that stuff. It was a whole different time. See, back when we were growing up, that's what that's cook boil hot dogs on the stove. That's how it was. Till in the summer we did them on the grill. But now I do mine when I'm not outside on the grill, I do them in the air fryer. Guess it didn't like my last two attempts to tell people to message me if they were interested. Yeah, guys, if any of you are interested in what Gina's selling, hit her up. Sidebar, hit her up. Let her know if you're interested. Can make a good Christmas gift if she, what she has available. See what she has to offer. And you're locals supporting locals, like the Joe from Colorado. I don't know if you're watching, but Facebook. Catch her on. You can hit her up on Facebook for you guys that are on Facebook. Um, um, yeah, we're on Ocean. I'm not sure, like, human what. So I'm not sure where you're going with the real human thing, but it's funny going back. But just about everybody today has a microwave. Okay, I have a microwave and an air fryer. But I remember when. Do you remember when the microwaves first came out? There were these big, bulky ass things. I remember when we got our first microwave. It had the dial, and you had to turn the dial to make it work. And I remember cooking my first hot dog in the microwave. I thought that was like genius. I was like, I cooked my own hot dog in the microwave, and I remember excuse me. Excuse me, wrong hole. I remember I couldn't wait to cook a hot dog in the microwave. Oh, excuse me. When my iced tea went down the wrong hole. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that. Susan, Gina, I don't know if Susan's on Facebook. If you could give her a shout out, if you could, I'm not sure how, but scrub. Sorry, guys, excuse me. But yeah, I was so excited. Like it was Christmas all over. I think I ate like half the pack of hot dogs just because I could like heat them in the microwave or cook them in the microwave. Excuse me. Always, hello, always Gwen from join us from the Instagram. Gina, I don't know if Susan has Facebook. She doesn't have. Yeah, okay, that just answered my question. But you could turn down your caps. Don't have to yell, Susan. Okay. You're still caps up, Susan. You're still yelling. Stop that yelling, Susan. No, I won't teasing with you. But I was gonna say, oh, my iced tea went down the wrong hole. But yeah, I was so when the microwave oven came out and you're able to, I was able like to cook my own. I was like, wow, you know. Now it's like, got to get up and cook something. Hold that thought. Okay. Gene, if you message me an email or something, like I'll text it to Susan. I'll send it to her. But that way you guys could, talk via email and do whatever. I know, I know, I was just teasing with you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, indigestion or something. But did you send me the link to the show? I know you sent me a picture in the email. Do me a favor, Gina. Put the link to the show in our chat, and I'll post it. Well, like Facebook, but yeah. Sorry, I'm so coughing, but yeah, Gina, send me the link to our show chat in Facebook, and I'll post it. Oh, it's at the end of the email. Oh, let me go back, check the email. Sorry, guys, I'm slowing down. Okay. Sorry. All All right, let me go on. I'll get it for you just 1 sec. So, guys, if you're interested in, I'll put the link up in a moment. So I have to go back to my Facebook. So for again, literally Christmas is literally 2 weeks within 2 weeks. What do you guys? Hi, Molly. Yeah. All right, I'm going to attempt to do this. All right, that's the link for the shawl. And if anybody who's can't do Facebook, here I'm going to put Gina's email. Okay, that's Gina's email. If you're interested in any of her crochet, any of her items, there's her email. If you're not on Facebook, or you could hit it Marketplace on Facebook. And let me see if it'll let me do it. I don't know if let me see. Oh, that looks here, guys. I want to show you something really quick here. This is the shawl. That is the shawl, and that's hand crocheted. Crochet. Well, yeah, I guess it was hand crocheted, but crocheted. That's a nice job. So yeah, guys, interested in the shawl or any of the other items Gina's selling, could email her at GinaMarieToredo@yahoo.com. Or also there's the link for the Marketplace if you're on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, shoot her an email if you're interested. Or if something that she, maybe she could make something for you for something, she has something in the works. Price for people that can't see the chat, price on the shawl is negotiable. So hit her up, let her know. That'd make a nice Christmas gift for somebody, for like your mom, grandma, aunt, sister. So yeah, hope you guys are inching up, see what you got. Let's see if anybody is. I'm checking social media, see if anybody's watching us tonight from our Facebook page. But yeah, if you're watching us from the Facebook page, my profile, YouTube, however you're watching me tonight. Oh, I got a news alert. Okay, so I might go down and check that just because. For anyone on or off Facebook, this is it's from the events created by Ballyhoo. Now, Ballyhoo is located in West Pittston on Luzerne Ave. Okay. Ballyhoo is your old-fashioned ice cream place. What's up, Bill? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for checking in with us. Oh, you're welcome. Ballyhoo is your old school looking retro ice cream shop with their penny candy, counter and their old time, ice cream hats. Well, they're doing join. It says here, join us welcoming back Santa to Ballyhoo on Sunday, December 14th, which is tomorrow, from 4 to 6 p.m. Santa will be here, so don't forget your list. This event is free. Bring your own camera, BYOC. Oh, while you're here, take home a nice warm homemade hot chocolate. They have 14 flavors. I know they had 14 flavors of hot chocolate. I know they had more than one. Also, the melt shake is a must try. Half hot chocolate, half milkshake. Oh, I might go just to try that. Oh yeah, I'd go see Santa too. Hope to see you there. Ho ho ho. All right, so I'm glad I looked at that. So guys, and no, Value is not sponsoring this show. I think they watch the show though. I think they follow me. I think. Um, but regardless, I was there once with years ago with at the time my roommates two kids, and another story, and it was heartwarming for me anyway. So Ballyhoo made this look so realistic, so nostalgic. Whoever set this up for him did a hell of a job. Really nice job. And Santa himself, let me tell you. So we're in line and we get up to the front, and my roommate at the time had a little boy and a little girl, and we get up to see. I said hi Santa, and I'm not gonna put their names on, but I'm saying that are really we're looking forward for you to coming this year. And he's like, oh yes, I said, Santa, I told him stories of how he used to come and visit me when I was a child. Oh yeah, I remember. And like he just played it perfect. Like he just like it was like boom. And even though, yeah, I know, but it's still like kind of gave me like a warm feeling, like like the magic, the spirit of Christmas still is here. I mean, when we grew up, we had the spirit of Christmas. We had the belief in Santa Claus. Now, do they do it? I don't know. With today's families, do they still do that tradition? Do they still have that? Believe in Santa Claus? Um, I mean, to this day, I believe in Santa Claus. Not he brings toy, but the spirit of Christmas. What Christmas was for me back when I was a kid. How I enjoyed Christmas. Yeah, I'm getting a little, but what was I doing? Um, yeah. So it was really, I had a really, nice time at Ballyhoo. Then we got some Sundays and we sat for a little bit, but you know, yeah, it still kind of touches the old ticker to this day. Thinking about stuff like that and how life used to be. And Bill's checking in from Bill's checking on Facebook, but from our SGW page. He says hi. So thank you, Bill, for checking in. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Back from Instagram, we got newest was Yo Squid, Yo Squid. Hey, how you doing, Yo Squid? Thank you for hanging with us. We're just kind of hanging tonight. I'm flying solo. Appreciate everybody hanging with me tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, local supporting locals. That's what basically back in the day when I first started doing the food reviews, you know, I wanted to support local places, and yeah, I'll do chains once in a while. Like on a Sunday, I'll do a chain review, but for the most part, I want to push local, whether it's food, craft artists like Gina, local artists, because that's what when you look at the big corporations today, they started out as just a little guy, little girl, guy, however, whoever it was. Back in the 80s, there was a local band called, I believe the band was called Cinch. I think. If I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But the lead singer of this band, which again I'm really blanking out right now, came on to be. I saw him years ago on it was CMA Country Awards or something. But now he's like a big time record producer down south. So he started out just a little guy, and now he's a big at that point became big for the record company. You got Jay Nardone. He played in a band now. His father, Joe Nardone owns Gallery of Sounds, which I heard Vinyl is making a comeback. I mean, I don't know how if they even sell record players today or people are getting them in secondhand shops, but I'm hearing Vinyl is making a comeback. And I just saw within the last week or two that every year, which whoever the president is at the time, in this case this year, Donald Trump, he for the Kennedy Center Awards, they honored the original lineup of Kiss. Yes, Ocean Breeze, the Wiseman. Yeah, they did bring they did bring gifts to acknowledge that, and that's how the gift giving kind of started or came about from. Originally, when Jesus was born in the city of Jerusalem. And again, if I'm wrong with my correct me, please. It's been a long time since I went to CCD class. Very long time. But and I was thinking about this actually when I was at church last week. I don't know why I thought of it, but it came in the old came in the old noggin. Jesus was born in Jerusalem. Now, when you see pictures today depicted today, Jesus was white guy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, but if you think about it, Jerusalem, they weren't technically white people. And so technically Jesus was not a white person. It was more darker skin. Now, I don't know what the pick, I don't know exactly what you call him, but he was more of a darker skin color, not what we see pictures of today as a white man. So I'm thinking he can't be because they weren't from that area, but I don't know. He, either here or there. But the wise men did bring gifts and acknowledge Jesus, and I'm wondering. I would assume that's how the gift giving concept, came about. As we know today. Let me see if I could. Oh, Gene, it's saying your email. Did I put it in wrong? Gina Marie Gina, check, make sure I put your right email. Susan's saying it's not coming up. So Gina, check into that for Susan. Here, let me just look. I got the email in front of me. I have it here. I just have to... One sec. Let me have that for you. Yeah, GINAMARIETIRADO at yahoo.com. I'll copy and paste it right out of my email, so we know it's so I know it's right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. It happens when you get old. So tell me, what do you guys, what do your families do? What for Christmas? What's your traditional Christmas dinner? Mine's the ham, kibasi, mashed potatoes, that kind of good stuff. Kibasi. I was disappointed in myself past Thanksgiving because now being on the Manjaro, Manjaro really nails your appetite, wipes it right out. And where I was able to eat like 2 plates of Thanksgiving dinner, I barely made it through one. Oh, Bethlehem. All right. Thank you, Mike. But still, Bethlehem, they weren't white people. As I mean, white like us. I mean, they were darker skinned. So technically, Jesus was darker skinned. Now, did anybody catch a couple nights ago on ABC? Kevin Costner was pushing for it's called The First Christmas, which I started watching it, but I didn't make it through it because I fell asleep. But it looked really, really interesting. I don't know if anybody caught that. If you did, please let me know in the chat. What did you think? How did you like it? I thought it was pretty good from what I saw. At least up to where like he was born and everybody like came to see him. That's when I kind of fell asleep. That's when I fell asleep. So I missed from that point on. But it looked really good. I can't even say that word, Mike. But thank you. It's wise. Excuse me, something all of a sudden my stomach just I'm starting getting yuck. Oh, sorry about that. But anyway, what's your Christmas dinner traditions? I'd like to hear what you guys do, because some people they do lasagna. The Italians. I was basically Polish, so we did the ham. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. Oh. Ooh. But it tasted better going down. Yeah, so tell me what you guys like. I love a good ham. Actually, like the day after, you cut up some ham, you dice it, and you mix it with scrambled eggs. That was like always the best. And I'm sure I'll be doing that this year too. Good, Susan. Awesome. So just for those that follow my food videos, to give you an upcoming idea what's going on. Once it loads, it pulls up. I'm waiting for that. Starting to get tired. All right, so next week being the 19th, we got the takeout from Villa Pizzeria, Hawaiian style pizza. Yes, Hawaiian pizza is good. Then after that, on the 26th, we got Luca Pizza. We got the Italian review for Tyler. January 2nd. Whoa. Yeah, next week, January 2nd is Marie's Diner in Duryea. January 9th, Tommy's Pizza. Yeah, so literally 1, 2. Only two more Fridays, and then we're into the new year. But I'm sad to see 26 or 25 go, but I'm happy to bring in 26. Because also, excuse me. Wow. As of January 1st, 2026, Outside the Box Live will be starting its fourth season, however you want to call it. Where did that time go? I remember when me and FP did our first live video. I remember. It was a long time ago. Yeah, FP, if you're out there watching, how you doing? I know I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Since the last time I saw it was like the day before Thanksgiving, I think it was, when we did a road trip to Garrity's. So if anybody hears from False North, tell them I said hi. Guys, do you have any topics? Because I'm starting to run out of ideas. That's one thing about doing solo. You can only talk about so much for so long, then you burn out. Well, I know I do. I burn out. But thank you I see we have 14 strong in YouTube. Thank you for watching the channel, the Instagram followers, Facebook followers. You guys mean a great deal, and I can't do this without any of you. Thank you, Mike, aka damage.com. Mike, hope you're doing okay. Hope things are going for you. Hope you're feeling a little better. But what's that? Oh, Pete, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Glad to see you. And for those that are just checking in, happy holidays to you too, buddy. Fred, the crewman, he is taking his wife out on a date tonight. So him and Steph are out doing up the town, painting the town red. He should be back with us next week. I'm sure he'll give us the 411 of what happened. I'm not starting to feel good all of a sudden. Oh. Let me see. I want to check my I'm gonna check my sugar really quick. I'm just all of a sudden not well within the last 10 minutes. My sugar's around 170. It's a little high. Could be while I'm feeling but if anybody wants to talk about, their Christmas tradition, I'd be happy if you put it in the chat. Love to hear about it. Again, you can connect with me on Zanji 783-056-0653. You could message me there anytime. Email me at jsysgwentertainment@gmail.com if you want to send me any pictures that you want to show. Oh, gotcha. Now, everybody has seen I'm sure most everybody has seen the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark involving the Ark of the Covenant. But I remember going back to my CCD class back at Holy Savior School in Wilkes-Barre. I mean, was that true? Did the Ark hold power of God? And, could it level mountains and like they claim? That'd be interesting to see or to know. Even if Wyoming. I wonder if the Ark of the Covenant still even the original still even exists somewhere, and probably it's in a museum or something. But that'd be kind of cool too, just to see pictures of where it is today, if it still exists today. Who knows? But. So not next week, but the week after will be Christmas. All right, thanks for the information, Ocean. Appreciate it. Well, guys, I'm just starting out to the staff of Ra. All right. Could be. Oh, here's Molly. Hi, Molly. All right, guys. I'm not really. All of a sudden, I just started not feeling that great. So I'm gonna cut it here for this week. Look forward to seeing everybody next week. Fred should be back with us next week. We might even see Gina back next week. Who knows if she can? But thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it on this Saturday night. Again, if you guys want to send me pictures for next week, JSYSGW Entertainment at gmail.com. Could be. All right. Guys, thank you for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching my videos. Until next week, be blessed, stay safe.